Like, you would not think that looking at this picture that this is really what North Carolina is all about. But North Carolina sometimes, anyway. So she filed as a candidate, okay, in December of 2025, just before the deadline, like waited to just before the deadline, and switched from Democrat to Republican to do that, okay? Her official candidate filing photo shows her in the niqab, or whatever you call it, again, between the U.S. and North Carolina flags. No other Republican filed against her in the primary, so she automatically became the GOP nominee. So my question here is, the fuck, Republicans, where are you? What are you doing? Are you trying to hand North Carolina, District 22, over to Democrats? Are you trying to hand this country over to Democrats in 2028 and right now in 2026? Like, Republicans, get off your asses and do something, right? So here's the thing. She will face Democratic incumbent Sophia Chitlik in the November 2026 general election in a heavily Democratic district. They're in Durham, right? So you have a Democrat posing as a Republican, going as a Democrat, that's obviously a Democrat. Either way, you're screwed as a Republican because a Democrat's going to win. There is a fox in the hen house. This is how this works. They continuously change. Now, people might say, well, what about, Tulsi Gabbard and RFK Jr. and all that?
So I'm actually glad this situation came up because a lot of people are about to learn. So why is this happening, right? Because every country in the world, except for this country, understands the power of submission. What do I mean? So while women in the United States vote for women because they are women, they don't get it, right? And so what the government and officials have understood are women are easily programmed and women just do things because everybody else is doing it. It could be a fad. This is why you've seen Western women go to Muslim countries thinking they knew anything about Muslim countries, right? You can go look at those videos yourself. And then it's even funnier because what a lot of people still don't get is these women know how to play their role. Don't you think all of these women right here, don't you think if they had the same mindset as Western women that they're about to lord over, don't you think they wouldn't be wearing that? Don't you think they would be acting just like y'all? Don't you think they would have the buzz cut? They would be showing their bodies? That's because these women are under submission. So now they know all they got to do is put a woman in front of y'all and y'all will vote for her because she's a woman, not thinking about anything. Do you think Kamala Harris is a lesbian that doesn't like men? And no, but y'all are going to vote for her. And guess what? She's going to answer to her man. That's why she's a wife. It doesn't matter what y'all think and it doesn't matter what you see because she's playing her role. She knows for a fact she can get her family paid by being submissive to her man and playing a role. Same thing with this woman. The craziest part is this is going to be the new template because guess what? Now you can have 10 wives that believe in this exact same mindset and you would never know who's under the hood. But they will be in charge of y'all because you women will vote for her because she's a woman. Don't you think she's under submission? So now, instead of them having the OF girls and the 304s, and they let that run its course because it's always problem, reaction, solution, right? So now, in order to bring back birth rates and then have 100% control of the population that's running rampant right now, and they gave a lot of power to, which are the women, this is going to be your new template. This is going to be the easiest way to get the Handmaid's Tale because everybody's going to vote for it. Why? Oh, it's a woman. Oh, woman empowerment. This is the future. And the craziest part is this is exactly what women asked for. But the difference is these women are going to be fine because they understand the power of submission. You see, because even Ilhan Omar, or whatever her name is, y'all still don't get it. Y'all voted for her. Y'all run and pander to her. All this other stuff. Oh, she's a woman. Don't you think she answers to somebody? Don't you think that if she was one of y'all, she would look like one of y'all? How they dress tells a lot about their mind state. And so the same way that they took all that money and sent it somewhere, there's a man running whatever that operation is. At the end of the day, however you want to say it, because she's the front woman. Because she understands the role of submission. She understands the power of submission. She understands that, I can be a woman. I can be under submission. I can let everybody else think what the heck they want. Long as I go home, long as my family is taken care of, long as my people are fed. That's literally the game they're playing, because they're literally playing on pride. They're literally playing on feminism. They literally knew a lot of women would blindly follow anything once they introduce feminism, and women that have no reason to follow feminism. And then they teach their kids that, and then they teach their kids' that. So now, instead of doing that, they allowed women to run rampant, run free, ruin everything that is around their livelihood, because these women were saying that they were strong, independent, but they were living off benefits. They cut the benefits, and now these women are going to be ultra submissive when the new world flips, and then there's no option but to be under a man. So literally, they knew exactly what they were doing, because the template is to have your women 100% under submission so that they can become baby factories, like in The Handmaid's Tale, and just like how they want to repopulate the people. But they want to repopulate the people with this mindset right here. You see, because they know women will blindly follow this. They know women will say, oh, this is so cool. This is feminine. This is feminism. They're going to put this on. They're literally just rebranding everything. That's why it didn't matter if it was a Democrat or Republican, because that's why they switching it like that. Because they're like, hey, so what's the goal? We let the women do what they want until they have no other option. Once that no other option happens, we're going to give them the solution. What's the solution? Oh, we have all these women running for office. Oh, I'm going to vote for them. Obama's wife is the same thing. Don't you think if she was one of y'all, she would be like one of y'all? Don't you think she would be running around, oh, I hate men, I don't da-da-da-da-da? It would be the same thing. But like I said, nobody is really getting it. And they're playing on the ignorance and the stupidity of a lot of people. The people that think like this. Because like I said, everybody has their role. But now, a lot of people are about to lose what control they thought they had, because they blindly follow things just to follow it. Just because you had a couple of bad relationships, it doesn't mean you should go to an extreme. And that's what a lot of people don't get. But now there's not going to be that option pretty soon. Some of the most, how would you want to call it? This is one of the countries where you would this is one of the cities and states that you would not really see this type of activity. But the reason why they're allowing it is because they want control of the women. The women are the majority of the population, and they blindly follow, and they easily are programmed. That's exactly what the game plan is. And so at the end of the day, guess what? You're not going to see any males actually caring, because they're tired of seeing this working in the streets. They're tired of seeing the women getting drunk, beating each other up in the streets. They're tired of seeing all that. They're tired of seeing the women have a bunch of babies, get the paychecks, say they're strong, independent, while we're paying their SNAP and their Section 8 and all of this. So they literally got rid of that. And they're about to go hardcore on that for entertainment purposes. I'm making all this up. I don't know what I'm talking about. They're gonna go hardcore on this type of behavior. So now they gave you the rope to do things to yourself. I'm just gonna say it like that, because I'm not allowed to say it and they block my stuff. But that's what all this is. That's why I said it's funny how people don't really get the game plan. They're like, how is this or that? Well, if you understood that the whole problem, reaction, solution thing was to be able to turn having children into a luxury. Also, they're also monetizing it, because there's a lot of people that don't know that they're probably not going to be able to have any anymore. But the movies told this, which, as we said before, their religion tells them to tell you what they're going to do before they do it, and everybody accepts it. So this is the same thing. They're showing you and they're telling you before it happens, and everybody's gonna vote for it. Everybody's gonna be fine, because like I said, the men, at this point, biblical men believe in the Bible. and they believe their woman's supposed to be under them, and even women that go to church are programmed against that. So now there's going to be laws. Now there's going to be dead ends. Now they're going to allow the people that don't do any research and the people that just run by emotions and not logic, they're going to let them vote this in, and then they're going to fall right in line. What a lot of people don't get is women literally will submit to any idea. It just depends on who's pitching it. But at the end of the day, this is the new phase. And the crazy part is a lot of society will be open to it because they say, you know what? A lot of this is needed. That's what they're going to say. They're going to be like, well, I am tired of people being naked in front of my children. I'm tired of people being bad influences. A lot of these women don't even get to do work and stuff like that. They're going to be like, I'm tired of seeing these women preying on these high school children. That's why they're going to have robots in the school. And a lot of the jobs they first cut were women jobs because it's something that AI could do. It's something that's very repetitive and easy. So now they force women out the workforce just like they forced women into the workforce. And that's what people didn't understand. It was all a game. It was all calculated. And it's always been the plan.